Good morning, everyone, all the chairperson, dear colleagues and friends. I'm presenting my paper, which I presented in the same session last year and was the best paper of the session. So as a repeat, this is as a keynote address. So I'm going to share our work on some new therapy for retinoblastoma. So the new therapy is a use of a novel molecule called cationic antimicrobial peptides, short form CAPS. And this paper was about how we kind of are trying to see if it works as a targeted therapy for retinoblastoma. No financial disclosures to be done, and this study was done in GrowLab, which is part of Narayan Netralaya. So most important thing is we have all the treatment modalities available, and we had the presentation preceding this talking about all of them. And even if you see the last presentation in Group E, the salvage rate was best attained was 50. And all of us kind of see what we see on the right. We see advanced cases, more Ds and more E's, same with previous presentation, ABC are less. So India having the largest burden of retinoblastoma, and we are having all these Ds and Ds. So it provides us with a unique opportunity to work on these cases. We can't rely on West to be doing this. They don't have these kind of cases much there. So once we are going with D and E, we want to look at new medications, new methods of delivery, probably understand the disease per se better before we do that how this metastasis and other things take place. So this was the aim of the study, that whether we can, do something about it. So we were looking to see if we can have better and selected target therapies, which can work alone or along with the current modalities. And if possible, can we also reduce chemo complications and side effects, which are there, no matter what medications we use. So the experiment was designed regarding that. And the first step was to see whether the CAPS can target retinoblastoma cell in a RB1 cell line, and what is their effect on the retinal pigment epithelium cell, which would be the normal retina. And the next thing would be what is the kind of a kill rate which we attain with them. That is a dose escalation regime and a cell survival or viability assay. And then the next step 2 was to see whether this CAPS can work with existing chemo drug. So we took topotecan as one of the drugs which is being used now and see whether it works with CAPS. And what would be the mechanism of CAPS? So we have to kind of see further that how they're functioning, how they're acting, and how the pathways are being, which pathways they are targeting by checking for proteins. And we also developed during this course of our mechanism our own model where we can make tumor spheroids from very1 RB cell lines, which normally grows in sheet. And these tumors are mimicking, let's say, a spheroid formed by the RB tumor. And also the tumor DNA analysis, DNA damage analysis was done. So this video is an holotomogram video, which kind of shows how the cell dies when we put topotecan. It's a live recording of an apoptosis. You can see the apoptotic blood being formed, a nuclear condensation happening here. And ultimately this cell is going to shrink here and then die. So this is a real-time recording when we do it on a cell culture. So this is something which happens in our body when we give chemo drugs. So the important thing here to see is that chemo drugs are going to act on RB cell as well as the normal cells wherever, which are the dividing cells based on their mechanism. So coming to our first experiment, in this very one RB cell line, if you see this HC3 and HC5, these are the cationic and these are the CAP. And if you see here, this low bar means less viable cells of a retinoblastoma. So this really shows that in an increasing dose, it is killing the retinoblastoma cells. So yes, they have a toxic effect on the retinoblastoma cells. The same thing if we do is with the control here. So here you see that there is no toxicity, though there is a little dose toxicity, but there is no real damage to the cells. Now, whether they are selective, the way to test is that we check what will happen if we put the CAPS onto the RP cell line. So once we put all these CAPS on the RP cell line, and you can see this blue and with increasing concentration here, you can see with the increasing concentration here, there is absolutely not much significant cell death. So it is selectively targeting retinoblastoma cells, whereas it is sparing the retinal pigment epithelium cells. So it's a selective therapy. The next step is we made these tumor spheroids. And you can see that this will look like a retinoblastoma tumor to you. And then we treated them with topotecan here. These are 5 of them. And you see topotecan is like a nuclear bomb. It disrupts them and the spheroids totally disintegrate. Whereas in peptides, if you see, the spheroids are decreasing in size, but in a little controlled manner. It is a little more controlled, little more gentle. It's not like a nuclear bomb here. So both with HC3 and HC5, we notice a decrease in the size of tumor spheroid. This is a very important slide to see whether two drugs or any two kind of chemicals or whatever you want, whether they are working together. for cells, whether they are synergistic, additive, or antagonistic. The common experiment, what we need to do is a checkerboard assay. In a checkerboard assay, we get FICI, that is fractional inhibitory concentration, this thing. And if you see here, if our calculation is 0.5 or less, it's synergistic. If our range is 0.5 to 1 is additive, 1 and above is antagonistic. This is the formula below, if you see. So in this checkerboard assay, when we did with CAP, we found them that the FICI is 0.5, which is synergistic. So topotecan and cationic anion CAP can function together in a synergistic manner, enhancing each other's effect, does not cause, and reducing the dose. So you can actually reduce the dose up to 1/4. So coming to the mechanism of why all these things happened, we saw that they are killing the cells, they're sparing. So we have to investigate further. So how do they kill? DNA damage is one of the hallmarks. So we do this experiment here. If you see this green, which is PH2AX staining, you see lots of this green. This is the DNA damage caused by topotecan. These are the normal tumor cells. There's no DNA damage. They're just growing happily. Here, if you see with HC3, you have DNA damage, right? But it's much less compared to topotecan. So it is not so, damaging. And this damage also, in addition to this, which is not seen here, is with less DNA damage, there is more cell death with CAPS. So what could be the reason for that? One of the reasons could be that it's using the mitochondrial pathway to cause apoptosis. So here, if you see, these green cells are the staining of CAPS on the cells, outer membrane. This is mitochondrial staining, that which is standard for mitochondrial cell wall. And if we have a superimposed image here, CAPS are concentrated on the mitochondrial cell wall compared to topotecan, where you don't see so much. So there is a pathway with the CAPS are acting onto the mitochondria to cause the apoptosis. I think so. I have more time for this presentation. It's not 6 minutes. It was. So coming to next, what will happen after mitochondria and DNA damage has happened is apoptosis. So we check for caspases here, which are the effector caspases in apoptosis pathway. And in a Western blot, you can see that with HC3 and HC4, we have activation of caspase 3 and caspase 9. So this again shows that the caspase pathways are there and apoptosis is happening, something which I showed you in a holotomogram video before. So summing it up, what we know is that CAPS are naturally acting peptides with potent antimicrobial properties against cell wall having negative surface charge. Now, RB cells, again, the tumor cells have a negative surface charge. That's a rationale about hoping that CAPS will work against that, because it is going to work along with the cell wall charge. It is non-selective that way. So these peptides have also an anti-tumoricidal properties along with antimicrobial properties, what we have proved here, because it's a negatively cell-charged wall of retinoblastoma tumor. And what we are adding to the study is that these novel molecules can be used as a targeted therapy, because they are only demonstrating toxicity, cytotoxicity in RB tumor cells and sparing retinal epithelial pigment cells. They can also work synergistically with topotecan, may be able to work with other drugs also, but we have checked only for topotecan as of now. And our in vitro spheroid model demonstrated a shrinkage which mimics a real-life tumor in response to the CAP treatment. So the unique thing about this study is that in retinoblastoma tumor, this study demonstrates for the first time the mitochondrial and DNA damage pathway and mediated cell death through CAPS in RB cell. It has not been proven and published before. So our work is in publication, and you will be able to read this very soon. And the next step to this experiment will be this a lab experiment. So once you want to actually use it in humans, so the next step is you go on to an animal experiment, and from animal you go to a trial design. So our rabbit model work is on, and we have kind of done that work, but that work is not done in India. That is work being done in Singapore. RB rabbit work is not existent in India as of now. So in AIOS, that becomes exclusion for this study. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr.